can't talk right now. I'm making a short video about an idea I had for a status service that can help manage your availability to help your productivity at work and at home. Yeah, sure, I'll call you back. Hi, this is an idea I've been kicking around that I first mentioned to Manny about a week ago. I wanted to make a short video to help me think through parts of this idea. Let me know what you think. So I was talking to Manny about the sites that you can create as an online business card for yourself, where you can add in links to your Facebook page, your LinkedIn profile, your email address, your Twitter feed, so people can have a one-stop shop to find out everything they need to know about you. I love these services, they're great. However, these services are pretty broad, and essentially everybody gets the same thing when they visit those pages. They're like a static cross-section of a person, like slicing through a tree trunk to count the rings to find out how long it's been alive. You can get a lot of information, but it's pretty two-dimensional. To quote Merlin Mann quoting Don Murray, process cannot be inferred from a product in the same way that a pig cannot be inferred from a sausage. What would a service look like that would answer questions like, how can I get hold of this person? Or more specifically, what's the best way to get hold of someone right now based on what they're doing? Let's think of some of the ways we used to broadcast our availability, or lack of it, to people. Maybe you put a post-it note on your monitor to let people know you'll be away from your desk and back from lunch soon. Or you'd set your email assistant to let people know when you were taking a day off and who they should contact instead. You might have put a sock on the door to let your dorm roommate know that he should probably go and check to see if the pizza place is open for a couple of hours. I used to have a friend who, when he was really cranking on a project, he would change his aim away message to say in the zone, so people knew that he was busy and wasn't able to respond to IMs. So what you really want is a single point of contact, essentially a status page, so people know when you're available or not. Websites have status pages. Twitter famously had a status page, so you knew when he was up or down. Google has a status page, so you can see whether any of its applications are online or off. These status pages are usually pretty low fidelity in giving you a small slice of information. Merlin Mann a few years ago had a blog post saying that everyone should have a personal status page so they could guard their time and attention from being productive and creating good creative work. People would list how busy they were or how stressed they were at any given time. They would remark on whether they'd seen the last episode of Lost, so their friends knew not to talk to them about it if they hadn't seen it yet. They're quite labor intensive and require you to update them pretty frequently, so they can be useful. What we need is a solution that people can apply in more situations and be more useful in the information that they convey. My idea is a single web page, a mobile app, a desktop widget, a small window onto your world so people can understand what's relevant to them about how they want to contact you and how you want to manage your availability. Here's where it gets interesting. So at a high level, say you're a freelancer, you want to let your prospective clients know that you're currently engaged in a 3-month assignment, so you're off the market, but near the end of that period your personal status will update to say that you're coming to the end of your contract and will be actively seeking work. In a more real-time sense, your status will update on a minute-to-minute basis while you're driving, so people understand that you're not in a position to receive or respond to text messages. Say you're traveling to another time zone. People who want to call you will realize that it could be later in the day for you than it is for them. So I'm sure you're thinking this could turn into a real tedious job to make all these updates, potentially every few minutes throughout your day. You're right, that's the beauty of the service though. There's going to be 2 modes. The manual mode, like when you set your out-of-office assistant, which you do at the last minute of the day before you leave the office, before vacation. The other mode is automatic. You give the service certain limited access to parts of your online life. It quietly monitors your Twitter feed, your Facebook activity, your email inbox, your location data from your phone, your calendar, your check-ins. This service looks at these activity streams and then infers what you're doing and applies rules that you've defined in advance for how your availability is going to be managed based on each of the circumstances that you're in during the day. You set up these rules like email filters. Of course, you can override these automatic rules at any time, such as when you're supposed to be in bed sick with scarlet fever and you're actually at Disneyland. So what you're probably thinking is, okay, so there's 2 modes, manual or automatic. This service broadcasts what you're doing so people can see what's going on. Is that it? Almost. If you had a personal assistant, they wouldn't give out your schedule to anyone who asks. They only expose what individual people need based on your relationship with them. If you're brainstorming on a big presentation and want to be able to focus, that shouldn't stop your mom feeling like she can't email you or call you. Essentially, people you don't know or you've never had contact with will get the lowest fidelity information you're willing to share, whether you're free or busy, the most black or white, simple version of your life. Then as you define groups, maybe circles of people, they can have different levels of access to what you're doing to help inform them about how they want to contact you. You want to give more access to people that are closer to you and less access to people who are more distant from you. For instance, your dry cleaners doesn't need to know you're recovering from an outpatient procedure, but your friends at work get an alert that you're sick. You should be able to raise your shields at any time, cutting off all access, or you should be able to loosen it up in order to see what happens, maybe meet new people. In the future, the service will be able to access other data sources such as Nike Plus-like devices to monitor your workout routines, or the Fitbit to understand how healthy you are, or the Zayo so you can actually fold in information about your sleeping patterns or your health in general. Maybe in the future, with all the insight from the data that's been collected by these services, you can receive recommendations on how you can be healthier, how you can be more productive at work, and save time and money where you go to shop. So that's basically the idea. What do you think?